In contemporary society, traditional gender roles surrounding the division of labor and financial responsibilities are increasingly being challenged. Women have made great strides in their careers, while men have begun to take on roles that were once considered exclusively the domain of women. Nevertheless, the pressure to be the primary breadwinner persists, especially for men, and creates a complex set of emotional, societal, and familial expectations that can weigh heavily on individuals and relationships. One central aspect of this pressure is the internal conflict that often arises from deeply ingrained cultural messages about masculinity. Even though much of society now recognizes the importance of shared responsibilities and a more equal distribution of household tasks, the notion that a real man provides for his family remains prevalent. This ideal can be perpetuated by friends, colleagues, and wider media narratives. Men may feel compelled to prioritize their professional life over personal fulfillment or family time in order to demonstrate their competence and protect their perceived status within the community. This unrelenting focus on career progression may leave little room for flexibility or reflection, as men strive to meet what they perceive to be societal expectations. At the same time, there is a growing acceptance of women as equally capable breadwinners, which has created an evolving dynamic in household finances. Women's increasing economic independence has given them the freedom to choose career paths that once seemed out of reach, and many households now rely on dual incomes to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. Yet, this phenomenon can generate its own set of pressures. For men who harbor deep-seated beliefs that they ought to earn more, a partner who out-earns them can feel threatening or emasculating. Meanwhile, women who become the primary earners may encounter subtle resistance from relatives or friends who see this as deviating from the norm, and they might experience guilt over challenging entrenched gender norms. These pressures are further compounded by the realities of modern living expenses. The rising costs of housing, education, and childcare often necessitate two incomes, making the sole breadwinner model increasingly untenable for many families. However, social expectations have not always kept pace with economic necessities, leaving some men grappling with feelings of inadequacy if they cannot shoulder the entire financial burden. In such situations, individuals may find themselves torn between long-standing notions of responsibility and the practicalities of 21st century life. Moreover, the physical and emotional toll of primary breadwinner pressure should not be overlooked. Stress, anxiety, and burnout can result from constantly striving to meet career demands without allowing oneself time for rest or leisure. This heightened pressure can affect not only mental health, but also interpersonal relationships, as work-related stress spills over into the home environment. Partners who are keen to share responsibilities and costs may face tension if one individual is reluctant to relinquish the role of principal provider, whether due to pride, societal conditioning, or concern about the opinions of others. Addressing this issue requires a concerted effort to challenge and redefine cultural expectations. Open communication between partners about financial responsibilities, ambitions, and fears can help foster a healthier equilibrium in the household. Couples who are willing to negotiate and adjust their roles on an ongoing basis, rather than adhering rigidly to predefined norms, are likely to feel more fulfilled. On a broader level, workplaces must recognize the importance of family-friendly policies and flexible working arrangements for employees of all genders. By encouraging and normalizing part-time work, shared parental leave, and remote options, employers can help reduce the stigma of pursuing a more balanced lifestyle. Lastly, there is a need for educational initiatives and public discourse that celebrate diverse family configurations and career paths. By showcasing examples of men who have found satisfaction in a variety of roles, such as stay-at-home fathers, part-time freelancers, or those pursuing creative passions, society can begin to weaken the grip of the singular ideal of the male breadwinner. Similarly, acknowledging the value of women's achievements and supporting their career progression is essential in dismantling long-held prejudices. In conclusion, while changing gender roles have opened up new possibilities for both men and women, the pressure to be the primary breadwinner remains a significant source of stress and conflict. It is crucial that society fosters an environment where individuals feel comfortable asserting their own aspirations, unencumbered by restrictive expectations. Through open communication, supportive workplaces, and a willingness to embrace diverse family and career models, we can begin to alleviate the burden of breadwinner pressure and move towards a more equitable, fulfilling future for all.